Welcome back to Calhoun County's Most Wanted, the program where you get to help make Calhoun County a better and safer place for all of us. And welcome back to John Garlick.
Hey.
First time we've seen you all year.
Yes, since winter. I spent the entire winter in Quantico, Virginia.
And not locked up.
Not locked up. No, not locked up. Although, well, no, I wasn't locked up.
FBI Academy.
FBI National Academy, not to be confused with the FBI Academy for the baby agents when they come in. I'm not an FBI agent, but it's the same academy. So we saw lots of baby agents running around. But National Academy is a networking and education program through the FBI and through University of Virginia for law enforcement executives to get together. So I was in a class of 231 other law enforcement executives from 47 states and 27 different countries.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you're telling me right there, just aside from everything that you learned, just even ignoring all that, the connections that you've made with influential people from law enforcement agencies that you really got to know very well over the last few weeks, from all over the country and all over the world, that's going to pay dividends for you and for Calhoun County.
Oh yeah, it's an amazing thing. A lot of people say the NA in National Academy really stands for never again. And part of that is, never again will I be able to be in a room with 231 other professionals and talk about the current issues with law enforcement and problem solve. Never again will I experience the international community and those cultures the way that we were able to. Never again will I have access to the FBI instructors and professors that we were learning from. Just an incredible experience. And one of the interesting things that happened to me personally when I was up there, you know, the stuff that's going on in our country, the divisiveness from the federal government, and everybody's angst and anger about the federal government, and where's our country going, and everybody's, you know, I was that way, certainly, when I got up there. And after going through our constitutional law and policing class, and you're surrounded by history, Civil War history, Revolutionary War stuff up there, and after going into Washington and seeing the Declaration of Independence and the original Constitution, and going to Philadelphia and going to Independence Hall and the Constitutional Museum, I've come away from that with confidence in our Constitution, confidence in the republic that the founders created. What we're experiencing today is what we've experienced a dozen times since 1776. And I'm confident that there'll be turmoil, but this republic and our Constitution will survive it. People will come and go, but we will still have our freedom and we will still have our Constitution.
Doesn't mean you're not disgusted by some of the things that you see, but
right.
You still believe we will weather this storm as we have many others.
Yep, it's just another tempest on the ocean, and our ship is sound.
All right, very good. Well, let's talk about our ship right here in Calhoun County.
Let's do.
And what our viewers have been doing while you've been gone. They've been helping us arrest a lot of people. How many this week?
How many this week? We have got 6 arrested this week. It's bringing our count to 3,638 people since this show began, God, a decade.
12 years ago.
12 years ago.
It'll be 12 years ago next month.
So there you go. So slightly under, what's that average, 300 a year? Something like that.
It's a good chunk.
It's a good chunk. So
it's a big difference in the community, so we thank you for watching every week and for sharing that information whenever you have some. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the first half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Your word is rigmarole.
Can you define it?
A long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU. A new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate, a new Platinum Visa card, another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
Hi, I'm Katina Houston Stroud with Family Links, and this is the Family Tip of the Week. Talking with parents about sexuality and online safety, it seems as if everyone just wants to know what button to push or what software to buy to ensure their child never sees porn, never talks to strangers online, and never posts provocative pictures. So let me say this from the get-go. There is nothing you or any other parent can do to guarantee your child will never do anything potentially dangerous online. There are, however, steps parents can take to drastically reduce the probability that a child will develop problematic internet behaviors. In general, your goal should be to first focus on becoming a reduced tech family. Putting more emphasis on the real world and less emphasis on the digital realm can help kids and teens put their value and energy into their real lives. It will lead to healthy use of the web as a tool to connect with others and to learn about the world on an as-needed basis, instead of constantly trolling the cybersphere searching for the next thrill. Here are a few steps to get you and your family to establish rules and practices for online safety. Number 1, get to know the technology apps and websites. So many parents I speak with don't know how to work apps, navigate a laptop, or turn on the Wii. Search YouTube for how-to videos and spend some time getting comfortable with the technology your child's using. Learn all about teens' use of social media sites and other online behaviors. And here's a hint, Facebook is old news. Number 2, use existing privacy settings. Check the privacy and parental settings on all of your devices, desktop computers, laptops, phones, tablets, game consoles, and use them. Number 3, filter and monitor. Parents will tell me that they talk to their child about the internet so they don't need to install monitoring software, and that's wrong. No matter how much you trust your child, it's essential to install software that can monitor tablets and smartphones. Of course, there are ways for your child to get around these, which is why you need to continually check the devices and reinstall the software as needed. Remember to be honest about your monitoring. Secretly recording a kid's internet usage will likely do more harm to the relationship than good for the child. And number 4, talk to your kids about the digital citizenship. It's important for your kids to know that everything online is permanent. Everyone can see your likes and favorites as well as your comments on other photos, and not to mention your own photos and videos. This permanency makes it important to consider your online reputation. Teens can start to build a positive reputation online using LinkedIn. However, most people keep their Twitter and Instagram profiles public, and college admission committees will search applicants online and see these profiles. Encourage teens not to post sexy or wild photos of themselves, or at least not as a profile pic. This is a big issue today, and these are just a few safety tips, so we will continue to address this issue in the upcoming Family Tips. So stay tuned or contact Family Links at 256-820-5911.
Welcome to this week's edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. First up this week, Mary Hollis. Ms. Hollis, last known to be living in Anniston. She's wanted for failure to appear on harassing communications. And this is Lindsay Howard. Mr. Howard, last known to be living in Piedmont. He's wanted for failure to appear on assault third and criminal mischief second. Take a look at Tammy Ward. Miss Ward, last known to be living in Anniston. She's wanted for failure to appear on theft of property third. And meet Dennis Williams. Mr. Williams, last known to be living in Oxford. He's wanted for failure to appear on assault third times 2. And this is Rita Murphy. Miss Murphy, last known to be living in Anniston. She's wanted for probation violation on domestic violence first. Take a look at Joshua Deason. Mr. Deason, last known to be living in Jacksonville. He's wanted on probation violation for manufacturing a controlled substance. And last up for our first half, Max Rogers. Mr. Rogers, last known to be living in Anniston. He's wanted for receiving stolen property third. And that's it for the first half of our lineup. Stay tuned for the second half later in the show.
All right, we are back on Calhoun County's Most Wanted, and we'll have some more bad guys for you here in just a few minutes. But right now, Katina Houston Stroud is going to join us, and we see you all the time giving us some good family advice there, the parenting tips.
Yes, I love doing that.
Do you ever, when you're doing those parenting tips, are you ever sitting there talking about that and in the back of your mind thinking, you know, I really need to do more of this myself?
Every single time. And I tell people all the time that the tips are usually something that has happened in my house or something that's going on with my family. And then, you know, it motivates me to talk about it with other people. I think there's this whole, when you're a counselor or a parent educator, that your family life is perfect. But yeah, it's the complete opposite. We have the same struggles. There is no normal. We're all going through this together with our kids and our families.
It's kind of like when you drive past the gardener's house and he keeps this other place looking perfect.
Yeah.
He's got weeds all in his front yard.
Yes,
You
yes.
have a gardener?
I do not. No, I do not.
Wow.
I need one desperately.
Oh, well, you can afford that. Just go right ahead and hire a gardener.
But Katina, of course, Family Links is a great organization that we've talked about many times here on this program.
Yes.
I know the sheriff absolutely instrumental in that program, and we all want to see success of that program because it helps so much with the success of the families in Calhoun County.
Yes.
And we've got an event coming up where people can actually get invested in the
Yes.
success of Family Links.
Absolutely. Every year, well, this is our third annual year, but every year, nonprofit agencies have fundraisers to support their program, the programs at their agency. Ours is the Family Links Run for Funds 5K. Like I said, it's our third year, and it's going to be in the same location at the Medical Mall. It starts at the Medical Mall on McClellan, and it follows a beautiful course. It has a couple of hills that are a little bit challenging, but the course is a gorgeous course. And we just encourage families to get involved. And when I say get involved, we of course love for people to donate money to Family Links, and if they want to donate to the fundraiser, we love that. But I like to see people actually come out and participate in the race of all, ages. My mom and dad run the race every year. We have them as young as 2 years old up until 75 years old participating in the race, so people can contribute and also have a really fun time coming now.
Now, when you're determining who places certain does the best in different races,
Yes.
do you take into account shorter legs? Is there a category for people who have legs that are about a foot long?
Unfortunately not, but I'll tell you this, Chris, you'd be amazed at how many quick runners there are that are, people think when I show up at the race that I'm going to win because I have long legs, or, she looks fast. There are many older people who pass me in 5K races and shorter people who are quick. And so, really height has nothing to do with it.
It's a Munchkin track team. You'll be out there.
But I love this fundraiser because really when you get down to it, it's about the health of the individuals.
Yes.
And one of the great ways that families can stay together and bond together and just really be a family is to work on their health together. Running and doing other exercising, those kind of activities can really be great for parents working with their kids.
You are absolutely right. As my family, my husband and our kids, we participate in 5K races on Saturdays when we're all together and we don't have a busy schedule. And it is something that brings us closer together. And then, if we win medals in our age categories, we get to brag about that to everybody. But not only do we get to exercise together, but we try new foods together in this health quest. And I think those type activities bring families closer together. And the Run for Funds has a lot of, we have a lot of family participants. We'll get our race registration forms in, and there are many last names that are similar. So I think families take this race on together.
Yeah. And you can't be stuck on an electronic device while you're riding a bike.
Right. Yes.
I say that, and I did actually see somebody on the Ladiga Trail that scared me to death.
That sounds pretty dangerous. Right.
Biking and texting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary, but some great activities there. So if people want to get involved in the Run for Funds, third annual, when is it happening? Where is it happening? What's the details?
It's April the 16th at the McClellan Mall on Post, which is the old PX for anybody that's familiar with Fort McClellan. But we have a Facebook event site. So if you go on Facebook, you just type in Family Links Run for Funds. You can also go to runsignup.com. If you go to runsignup.com and just put in Family Links Run for Funds, you can register online. Or you can download a registration form from that site and just mail it in, or bring it to our office. If people will just call the office, I will meet them with a registration form. We're actually trying to plan a lunchtime meeting at maybe the Peerless where people can come and register during their lunch hour. But any way that anyone wants to find out about how to register, if they're not going to go online, all they have to do is call the office and I will help them with getting registered. We also will allow registration all the way up until race day, and John has been our race day registration person every year, and we have quite a few people who come and register morning of the race.
Just because I'm there.
Yes.
They come to register.
Yes.
Very good. Well, we need to take a break, but we want to talk more about Family Links and the programs that you have there and what's going on at Family Links. We'll do that in just a second after we come back with the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to wash my camo so I'm ready for hunting season.
Get that stuff out of my washer. You should take it to a laundromat.
There isn't any good laundries around here.
Sure there is. Washington Aniston Coin Laundry on Quintard across from Walgreens and beside the Social Security office.
They have a washer that can handle a real man's jacket?
They have the biggest washers and dryers around, and you can get all your stuff finished within an hour.
Awesome. I'm headed to Washington Aniston Coin Laundry at 829 Quintard, and then I can take the rest of the day to get my other gear ready.
Or maybe you can finish the yard work.
Yeah, right after I sight my bow.
AOD Federal Credit Union. You already know their friendly staff and great loan products. So here's reason number 8 to choose AOD FCU, a new all-platinum Visa credit card. Call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com to start earning 1% cash back on purchases. Your good credit earns you a better rate. A new Platinum Visa card. Another reason you belong at AOD Federal Credit Union.
And welcome to the second half of our lineup. First up this half, Edward O'Neill. Mr. O'Neill, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for probation violation on receiving stolen property second. And this is Carl McDonald. Mr. McDonald, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for failure to appear on assault third. And take a look, if you would, at Michael Looney. Mr. Looney, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for probation violation on possession of marijuana ×2. And meet Regina Wright. Miss Wright, last known to be living in Jacksonville, she's wanted for writing multiple worthless checks. And take a look at Dylan Reeves. Mr. Reeves, last known to be living in Munford, he's wanted for failure to appear on use and possession of drug paraphernalia. And here is Joshua Taylor. Mr. Taylor, last known to be living in Gadsden, he's wanted for failure to appear on illegal possession of prescription drugs. And last up in our lineup this week, Michael Curry. Mr. Curry, last known to be living in Anniston, he's wanted for failure to appear on possession of marijuana first. And that's it for our lineup this week. If you have any information on the whereabouts of these folks, please give us a call at Crime Stoppers, 256-238-1414.
All right, we'll have the Crime Stoppers segment of the show coming up in just a few minutes. Some unsolved crimes that hopefully you can help us solve. Katina Houston Stroud from Family Links is joining us to talk about Family Links. We just talked about the Run for Funds coming up on April 16th. We hope everybody participates in that.
Yes.
But we also want to talk about the programs that you actually have at Family Links. And you know, there is a misconception in some people's minds about the program. A lot of people watching this show are thinking to themselves, you know what, we've got some things in our family that could be benefited from getting involved with this program, but if we go to this, we're probably not going to be in there with other families like ours.
Right.
They're wrong, aren't they?
They are absolutely wrong. Like I was saying earlier, there is no normal family anymore. We are blended families, and everyone is sharing in the issues that are going on today in society. And there is a misconception, that's a good word, about nonprofit agencies and who they serve. A lot of times, nonprofit agencies were, created for people who can't afford certain services, but that's not the only people who can benefit from our services. The demographics are white, black, Hispanic, of all ages, of all socioeconomic backgrounds. Sometimes people think it's just going to be poor families or just going to be young African Americans who are in our Success Academy, but it's just not true. It is a wide variety of demographics that show up in our program.
Just because it doesn't cost the families anything to really participate doesn't mean the service is,
not valuable.
not valuable.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely
extremely
valuable. You'll see people there that are on reduced lunch at public schools. You'll see people there that are going to private school.
Absolutely.
You'll see people from all different walks of life, and it helps to have people in there that are similar to your own family, and also it helps to have people in there that are not similar to your own family.
You're right. And we, the diversity of the programs basically, or the diversity of the groups, is what makes them more successful. If everybody in the group was exactly alike, I don't think that we would learn as much as we do when there is a diverse population that we get to serve. And sometimes I'll go on a rant sometimes on my Facebook page. I don't mean to, but this is for our community. I even have friends who say it doesn't have anything to do with me. I don't have kids, or those programs aren't for me. And I'll say these programs are for everyone in our community. Even if you don't have kids, our programs are benefiting the kids who normally would be on the streets robbing your house if the program didn't exist. And so we do rehabilitation services with the Success Academy. So our program, even if you don't have kids, you should support these type programs because it's benefiting the community.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. The local program for a local community is the way to solve these problems, because we understand the problems within our community. They may be the same or similar problems to other communities in other states, but we're our community. This is our home, and these programs are from people who live here, providing services to people who live here, and really everybody should participate. Everybody should be out there wanting these programs to be successful.
Sometimes it's unavoidable for you or another deputy to show up with the lights flashing. It has to happen.
Right.
But a lot of times it is avoidable, and programs like Family Links can help us avoid that incident.
Yes.
Working together as a community, law enforcement, nonprofit organizations, schools, teachers, parents, we all need to work together to keep this community safe and to solve those problems.
And Katina, for anybody that's watching that they're not exactly sure how they could benefit from Family Links, basically if there's any issue within their family dynamic that's causing problems, they can talk to you, and you probably have something in your set services that will benefit them.
I'm pretty sure, and if we don't, we never leave a caller wondering what to do next. We will connect them with another community resource, but we have a parenting program called Empowering Parents for parents who have out of control kids or obnoxious, they want to change those behaviors, and it's an accountability program that helps parents to figure out what they're doing wrong. We have a lot of parents who want to shove kids in a program and say fix them, but the Empowering Parents program empowers them to do the right things that will change those behaviors with the kids in their home. We have another program called the STEP program that helps parents of younger children. There's this upcoming trend where grandparents are raising kids, and the way that grandparents used to parent may not be the way that they need to parent now, and that program is excellent for grandparents or for very young kids who are having kids. We have mentoring programs, we have an anger management program, a shoplifting prevention program, and if we don't have a program and someone calls me and they have a need, I'll try to create a program to fit that need.
And you don't have to wait until your kid
No.
is facing those flashing lights before you call.
No, we and John has talked to me about this since I've become the director. We are a proactive program, and so we want to help them before it becomes a situation where the deputies are pulling up at the house.
Right, get them young and get them on the right road and help the parents navigate those obstacles here.
And the fundraiser, when people wonder where their money goes, it goes back into supporting these programs, materials, scholarships for parents that can't afford it, for everything to keep these programs running.
And again, that's happening on April 16th,
Yes.
the Run for Funds. Look it up on Facebook or call Family Links and find out more about it. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the Crime Stoppers segment of the show and our Crazy Criminal of the Week on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
The Ford brand has always brought you impressive style and legendary quality, and Sonny King Ford brings you the lowest price and the largest inventory, new or pre-owned. The new 2015 F-150 gets the best gas mileage of any truck without giving up its powerful towing capacity. The iconic new 2015 Mustang, with its classic pony car looks and hunkered down stance, preserves a legacy that defines American motoring. For over 93 years, Sonny King Ford, for the best cars and best price.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was
Homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost.
but now I am
Sober,
happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Your word is rigmarole,
Can you define it?
a long, complicated, and annoying process.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The last time I tried to buy a car, I just got a big load of rigmarole.
Well, you should have gone to Jacksonville Auto Sales.
Jacksonville Auto Sales across from Walmart in Jacksonville, or find us on the web at jascars.com. Remember, Jacksonville Auto Sales, home of the no rigmarole deal.
And welcome to the Crime Stoppers portion of our show, where we ask you to put your deer stalkers on and help our investigators with these cases. First up on your caseload this week, on March 15th, this residence on Golden Valley Road in Ohatchee was burglarized. They got away with jewelry, electronics, and some firearms. A white passenger car was seen in the area. And also on March 15th, a 2008 silver Chevrolet HHR was stolen from a residence on Old Rocky Ridge Road in Jacksonville. And sometime between March 13th and March 18th, an outbuilding at a residence on Owl Howell Road in Jacksonville was burglarized. An X-Mark zero-turn riding lawnmower was stolen from that location. And last up on your caseload this week, between March 18th and March 19th, an outbuilding at Alexandria Church of God was burglarized. A John Deere zero-turn lawnmower was stolen from there, along with some power tools that belonged to a church member. That's it for your Crime Stopper cases. If you have any information on these cases, and we hope you do, please give Crime Stoppers a call at 238-1414. Remember, all we want is your information and not your name.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Our crazy criminal today, not as stupid as some of them we've talked about. As a matter of fact, he's a good example of kind of turning his life around, but it's an odd story, so I thought I'd share it. Cost Smart, 30 years old, he had a highly profitable delivery service. Problem is he was delivering cocaine.
Oh, wow.
He got caught, sentenced to prison for 5 years, I believe it was, and, or actually no, the 5 years was what his doctors told him. He was 5'8", 230 pounds. Doctor told him, you're probably going to die of a heart attack within 5 years. Oh. So while he's in prison, he works out this fitness regimen, gets out of prison. Now he's started a prison-themed gym.
Okay.
And he's staffing it mainly with ex-cons. You go in, you got the prison bars, you got the lineup there, and all the stuff to make it feel and smell like prison. But you do not have to be a criminal to work out there.
Oh, excellent. So
you wouldn't have any reservations about this, would you?
What does he call it? Get smart?
Con body.
Con body.
Yes.
Like Con Air. Well, that would be a good place to go work out undercover and maybe check warrants.
Yeah, probably so. All right. Well, we hope that he has turned his life around. I'm not completely convinced, but we hope that that is the case.
I hope he does. I hope he makes a ton of money and pays lots of taxes.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, that's all the time that we have for this week. We thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next week, hopefully not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.